All right. It took a minute. I'm sorry I'm late. I guess you can't take time away from doing any kind of live video. The devices forget that it's you, and then you sort of kind of forget what you're doing on getting everything started back up again. But I'm here. I'm Jill Blanchett, the Green Thumb Stamper, and I've been gone for a couple weeks. So I am pumped, primed, and ready to go today. I've got three cards I'm going to show you. Uh, let's see again. Oh, I look so good, don't I? I look better than I did yesterday because at least I've showered today, but I went out and Mike snowblowed the driveway and I shoveled a bunch of it. Um, so that I helped along the path of, you know, shoveling. And now I am here. I'm trying to get I'm not seeing my stupid Facebook the right way now. So anyway, I'm going to just let it go. Assume whoever's on will be on, and I'm not hearing anything, so that's good. Um, it's been, like I said, a couple weeks since I've been on. I've been on vacation. You guys saw all my random posts that I was making while I was on my excursions with my daughter. We had a great time. Highly recommend both places, Iceland and Spain. It's different. Everything is different when you're away from home. So, with that, yes, it was different. Did I enjoy it? Yes, I did. Was it cold in Iceland? Yes, it was. Was it sort of cold in Spain? Why, yes, it was. They had kind of record low temperatures while we were there. Um, and My one saving grace was the suitcase that I did have with me, my carry-on, had my winter jacket in it and a few other random things. No clothes or anything, but I did have my winter jacket. So I did not have to purchase a jacket. Um, and so I was able to wear that and stay warm. And it wasn't that bad. In Spain, it was like in the mid 30s in the morning, so that was okay. By the time we were out and about, it warmed up and stuff. But I may get to posting some more photos. I don't know if I want to, go back and bombard you guys with the other parts of the trip. But we did have the swimming in the Sky Lagoon that I didn't post because she had all the photos, and we did get some shots of the Northern Lights on the second night that we went out. Um, and I didn't post any of those photos. So I may post some of those yet. Hey Linda, thanks for hopping on. Um, so let me get going. Let's see, there's so much stuff. I sent my newsletter out yesterday. I hope you guys got it. If you didn't get my newsletter, you should go to greenthumbstampers.com and then there's a spot there that you can, hey Dawn, thanks for hopping on. There's a spot there that you can sign up for my newsletter. I keep you up on all the specials, my classes, things like that. And we announced the new stamp positioner tool. Our old one we called the Stamparatus. This one is not going to impede on any patents, so it's a whole new setup, and it will be a push plate. You'll push down on the plate that you've got the stamp on. And then there's a little plate that you can put stamps on, and then you can stair step it down the doohickey-majiggy. I think they're just calling it a stamp positioner. You could stair step it down to, you know, do the images over and over in an equal distance apart. It'll be great if you have hand issues with strength in your hands, or you just like to be able to re-stamp, re-ink and stamp over the image just to make sure if you didn't get quite as crisp of an image as you wanted. There will be a pad of grid paper that's sold separately, and it will go along the top and kind of like fit over some little holes, so the paper doesn't move either. The magnets are different. They are encased in plastic, so they're not going to come slamming together. and pinch your fingers or bust or any of that. They are very strong magnets and they're encased in a plastic, and so they stick together, and then you just kind of like twist them and they'll come apart if they get stuck together. But it looks really cool, and it's available for pre-order now if you're a demonstrator. So hop on there and hook yourself up with that. Or coming in February, our join promotion will be the same pricing from what I understand. So we'll have $99 kit price plus shipping. No, sorry, plus tax. Shipping is free. And then you'll get $125 worth of products. And this beauty will be stuck in your box as a free gift. So that's like $49 value right there added to your kit for the cool stamp positioning tool. And let's see, if you've got coupons from any orders this month, you can use them next month with your discount after you join and get even bigger savings. So with that, I'm gonna quit rambling. Oh, I'm gonna ramble for another hot second. Today is my paper's still sitting here, the virtual card retreat. I have not cut my stuff yet, but the card retreat starts today. I'm gonna say it starts at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern time. No, 6 p.m. I don't know. It starts this afternoon, this evening for Eastern time. So I'm excited for that. We're gonna, I think we make 15 cards. So I'm gonna work on that. Oh, thanks. They're my little winter paws. I have bought a bunch of fun toppers for Iceland. I bought some Northern Lights. I bought these. I bought a couple others. And yes, they were stuck in my suitcase. So I never really got to wear them. So it was kind of a bummer. But anyway, I'm going to get ready. Let's see. You guys pretty much all demonstrators. So you know we got bonus days. $50 in product earns you a $5 coupon. Save the coupon email because you'll need that code starting in February. Pre-order started for the March items, and in case you missed it, they pushed that back for us now. So it always seems like we're pre-ordering stuff, but they're giving us more time now. So it used to be February, we could pre-order like the March stuff, but they've pushed it back now to give us as a demonstrator more time to, I guess maybe build some hype over the products. This pre-order has some really cool stuff in it. If you haven't checked it out, be sure and check it out. We've got a soccer, we've got race cars, we've got some cute cats and dogs, we've got some flowers, of course, and just a bunch of really cool stuff. So that's it. Hold on a second. Let's see what we got going here. See if I remember how to do this. I got all my lights on. They're all shining on my paper. I don't know which one this is here, so I might be backwards. Let me throw something in here. All right, so I am backwards. There we go. See if we can flatten that out a little bit. This must be my new lights. I told you guys I got new lights back a while, right before I left. I got a couple of LED sets and brighten it up in the room, I hope, and we'll work around it. Let's see. So we're going to start with this stamp set here, Friendly Foliage. That was my class of the month stamp set that I was using, and I have those kits pretty much ready to go for those that earned it or purchased it. And then I will do a video showing you how to put everything together. Oh, and last month or last video I did was on First, can you believe it? It's been that long since I've been around. Julie Heights won the Aspen Tree card, so I will get that in the mail. So this Friendly Foliage, that's what we're going to use today on our cards. And I was just poking around online, looking, see what all I could do with it. And I came across some cards that I'm going to make. Oh, I think we're a little bright. Let's see if I can, that might have helped. We're going to step it up a little bit. So this is, I'm going to call my easy peasy one. And while I will say, okay, they're not my favorite colors, I was trying to go out on a limb and just shake it up and just deviate from my normal Lost Lagoon or things like that. So this card is Petal Pink and then Peach Pie. And again, yeah, not my favorite combo. Petal Pink, I need to like it. I want to like it, but I struggle. But I used it here, so that's what we're using. It's too late to turn back now. And I think that's a song too. It's too late, baby, now. It's too late. Isn't that it? Turn back now? I could be wrong. So what I've got, I'm starting with a base of basic white that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25, or just fold it in half, give it a good crease. How are you guys making out in all this weather? I tell you, Iceland was cold, but not like this. This beats that all hands down. So then I have this petal pink that is 5.25 by 4. I'm gonna go ahead and glue that down. And the other thing, I think I probably told you guys, and I know I sent pictures. Iceland doesn't have a lot of daylight in the wintertime. So if you're ever planning to take a trip to Iceland, keep that in mind. The summertime, he said, from May to August, it's almost always daylight. So with that, you won't see the northern lights because it's daylight. And if you're like us, we really almost didn't get to see, we didn't get to see really good northern lights because it was too cloudy. And, you know, that comes into play. But at least we did have enough nighttime to get to go out and look anyway. But there's a lot of other stuff that you'll be able to do in the summertime if you can withstand all the light. So I'm going to get my silicone sheet just so we can. Oh, geez, Linda, did you get any snow? I saw that, Linda, that yeah, Florida saw snow the other day. We've got some wind today. I don't know if it's supposed to snow some more, or just be now bitter cold for a few days. I got a stamping day coming up Saturday, and hopefully we'll make it there, and it's just going to be chilly. So now I've got the long leafy branch thing from. Oh, Dawn doesn't have internet. That's too bad. So we're going to use the petal pink, and we're just going to kind of go along the edge and extend it down a little bit as we go. And I'm going to bring this one out a little bit more, like so, and then I'll come back and try and fill it, touch it back in. They might have them too close together this time, but I found that it was too hard to go this way, so we're going to start out here and work our way back so that we can line it up better. All right, we're going to call that good. We've got 4 of them on there. You can do as many as you'd like. Why did I bring my cleaner? I'm going to need that. We'll see what else we need. Best, I forgot to go and look at our itinerary and see what all those falls and stuff were called that we went to. Now we need our petal pink again and a blender brush. And I'm just going to blend around on this side a little bit. I'm going to try and blend without making big blobs and splotches on here that I know you should start off the page, but when I was starting off the page and coming on, I was making a big old dark spot right at the edge, and I don't want that either. So I'm just going to put it down very softly until I get it on there, and then I'll go. And I'm going to make this one softer. This other one, my sample, I went way dark because I had so many of those splotchy marks that I tried to blend them all in. In doing that, I ended up with it way dark. So we're going to stop right here. Do this one. I'm going to kind of blend it like so. You can blend it how much ever you want. I saw a thing on our news today about telling people to stay off the ice shelf, like at South Haven, at our beaches, that it was not safe. So then this glues on the top here. It was not safe to be out on the floating ice or the ice that's built up along the shoreline because it could give way. It's, you don't know where it's solid and where it's not, and whatnot. And I tell you, the people in Iceland, I just wanted to go and shake them and say, what the heck do you think you're doing, people? The one beach we went to, I don't think I posted pictures of that. I may have how windy it was. I mean, it was so windy. You couldn't even stand still. I was trying to film and I was jiggling all over the place with the camera because it was that windy. And I just wanted to tell people to wise up. They're out chasing the waves. The lady said to stay at least 6 to 10 feet back from where the wave washes up on the beach and you see the wet. Stay back from that because if the waves get even up to your ankles, they will pull you out, pull you under, and pretty much you're gone. You're done for. And these people were out there chasing the waves, trying to get as close as they could without getting their feet wet. And I don't understand why people have to do that. So now I have the peach ink and thinking of you. And maybe I should go below. I don't know. It might be pretty high. I'm going to wait on that to see where my flourishes fall. So they're out there chasing these waves, and I just couldn't believe it. And the lady said how many deaths happen at this beach every year because these waves are like tsunamis. Size waves can come in. And they're mad. They're just going full force. And the same when we went to one of the waterfalls. She said, don't go too close. In the summer, you can walk around behind them, blah, blah, blah. But now it's all frozen over. You can't walk around there. Don't get too close. It's slippery. Yada, yada. What they do, they're walking past like the roped off area to get as close as they can. And the other waterfall, the guy's up on the top, hanging off on this thing that's jetting out the side, just sat down, thought he'd take a meditation moment or something. I was just, the mama bear in me, I guess, or the idiot prevention part, something. Oh, I was just fit to be tied with these people. I'm glad none of them were on the tour bus with me because I might have had to say something to them, and then I would have really mortified my daughter and all that. But Lord Almighty, people, just defying the odds, I guess. And so now these little pieces I cut out are from Textured Notes dies. I used this one down here. And I cut these little, and I'm just eyeballing while I'm talking, so gosh only knows what they're going to look like. Yeah, Dawn, common sense. Common sense. That's the key word there, and I think a lot of these people might have been missing it. So many people were also just so into taking pictures in every single stupid pose you could think of to take. So these here are like 5/8 wide by 2 inches long, and I'm going to glue those down in the center. Looking for the front and back. My cutter's making a deeper groove, so I do have a front and a back on these. Holding up the show because they got to take 5, 6 pictures of each person in each of these silly poses every time, reaching for the sky. Just maybe they think they're influencers or something. I don't know. But when we were on the glacier, oh my gosh, the wind was blowing. This one poor kid, he had tennis shoes on and no gloves. And the guide was like, "Sir, I'm really scared for you to be out here. You sure you don't want to wait in the truck?" He's like, "No, no, no, I didn't put those even space there." No, he didn't want to wait in the car. He was there. He was going on this glacier tour with tennis shoes on and no gloves, no hat. And had I known, because our bus driver even asked him if he had his gloves and stuff, and he said, "Yep, yep." And had I known I had 2 extra pair of gloves in my suitcase, I'd have lent him a pair of gloves. So as it was, when we got back to the truck thing, I gave him my gloves that I was wearing and said, "Here, warm your hands up," because it was so dang cold. But anyway, yeah, people are just common sense. Maybe he was there on business and he was a young kid, though. I don't know. But maybe he was there on business, and when you're there, you're going to do stuff because you're never maybe going to make it back. I don't know. Oh, people. But we had fun. That's all that matters. We had fun. We enjoyed ourselves. All right. So then I just cut these little leaves out. They are in the frosted or friendly foliage die set, which I did not bring over. And I need to so I can show you something. And I think the Iceland trip was so cold. I think that's where Reedy got sick and then got me sick. But it was okay. It was just like a little sinus kind of thing. So these little leaves are in the frosted or friendly foliage, and that's what I use for those. Then I'm going to use, now that I got that on there, see, I'm going to have to put my thinking of you a little bit lower. Put it down here. And I used the peach again because I wanted it to stand out a little more. So that's our first card. We probably could put a little something on the inside. I don't, We got these two guys. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put those on the inside. And we can even put them on our envelope. I don't know how good those are going to look like they're attached. They're not going to look like they're attached. So let me get my petal pink. I don't want that whole stem. So there we go, a little something on the inside. We can do the same thing on our envelope. And there we go. There's our first card. Oh, no, I'm not done. I got to put some little gems on it. And I don't think that these are pretty or petal pink. I think they might be blushing bright or something, but we're going to use them because they look okay on there. Where did I put them on this one? Okay, that's how we're going to put them on that one. I don't really like that one up there. I'll just stick it down here. So now we have our first card done. So that is what I was calling simple. So this might be more than some people want to do, but you could also just make these folios here and use this guy and stamp him on there. And you've got the same kind of look. So that's our first kind of easy-ish card. Then we're going to step it up a little bit to this guy. And again, I haven't used this. It's clover. No, it's not. It's shy shamrock. I haven't used this a whole lot, and so I grabbed it today for this card. And yeah, I just got sidetracked with Dawn's comment. Yeah, you would think, Dawn, our guy did give up his gloves to the kid for a while, but I mean, it was so cold the guide couldn't go without his gloves that long either. It was so cold. So in his coat wasn't even um like a winter jacket. It could have been some super warm yet thin Gore-Tex coat or something. I don't know, but I just was baffled. But okay, so that's the next card we're gonna make. So I started with the Shy Shamrock in 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. Fold her over and give her a good crease. Then we have this piece for the inside. We'll save that in case I get crazy and decide to stamp on it. Then I have a piece of shaded spruce at 5.25 by 4. I'll go ahead and glue that on. I think the sample that I saw for this card, she had used Lost Lagoon, and I gotta get away from going to the same colors, blues. I think because the product of the month last month. Ooh, did you guys see the product of the month for this month? I love it. I had to get it. I did get it. It's coming. But I think with that and one of the new paper flower set bundles had a blue pack. So I've had blue, 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 and I think that that's what I've been using so much of that I just wanted something different. So now on top of that, I have a 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 inch piece of the Shy Shamrock. And what I'm going to do, we want to use that long, this one again. So I want to see how wide it is. Kind of want it to be in the center, so I'm going to see if I can use my mat here. So we're going to line that up on the line and that line. Then I have two pieces of just paper that I want to kind of cut this guy in half. So I measured them. They're about 1 3/8 inches wide. And I'm just gonna, this one needed to be a little bit longer. Just gonna kind of glue that on there. Hopefully I'm straight. And then this one's the same. We're gonna glue that one straight all the way down to the bottom. And then that should be as wide as my little guy is here. Then we're going to use shaded spruce ink. And I'm going to start because here I ran out. I was just eyeballing the spacing. And when it came to the end, I could only fit half and I don't like half. I wanted the whole thing. So I'm going to start on this side and work my way back. And then because this is going to cover, we can then just make one more. So I'll show you. So I'm going to start here. Can't see. And work our way down. And I'm just eyeballing it, making a mess. I should turn that paper over. And you just have to line it up between these two. And we should be good. And I'm trying to line the leaves up like here to here. I'm not doing too bad for needing to hover over the top. And I'm going to do one more. And then we're just going to come over here and put one at the edge. And then that way we're kind of ensuring that we have enough spacing that we're going to be okay. And then we'll just take these off. And then that, in my head, was our way of making it all like even straight across. But then we have a piece of basic white. And we're going to take our Shy Shamrock and this. You can see when I'm making my samples, I don't care how it looks on that block. I can adjust it. It's see-through. But we'll come over here. Pick it up. Ink it up. Down. Oh, yes, Dawn, the stamp positioner will be so good for this kind of. You'll just move it from one little peg to the next. I saw. I watched the video on the leaders meeting. I haven't looked at the our demonstrator page to see if it has a video on there or not. So then I'm going to cut this out with these dies. So you can cut this out whole with this one. You can cut this one out as well. So this will cut out the center, and then this cuts out the hole so that it looks like this. And we'll cut that afterwards. So we have that. Then I have a 1 7/8 or 1 5/8, I guess, by 2 7/8 that I'm going to glue to the back here. To fill in the hole in a different color. Let's get some glue on there. And then we'll stick it down. We'll stick it down on there like that. I guess I'm going to go ahead and glue this onto the front now that we got it stamped. Looks like oh no, I didn't. Let's see, I forgot to bring my gems over. Yeah, that looks like I don't want it crooked. Now this guy will add some dimensionals and pop him up. And I'm just, when I made that Aspen card a couple weeks ago, I used that bleed proof white and tried to flick it, and I'm looking around at my space here and everything's flicked with white dots on it. I wonder how much I got on the project. All right, so now we're going to put this guy right in here. Stick it up as high, and you can see I got a little notch in mine. I got to see if I can cover that up. That's what happens when you grab a piece of scrap paper and try and use it. I wonder if I just trim that. And I'm going to leave it for now. We'll figure out something here in a second. Okay, then I have that same die cut in white this time. And I'm going to use the shaded spruce ink and the Thinking of You. Put that down. And I've got some just white like thread. Baker's twine, I don't know what all we call it. But I think I was going to try and do 2 loops. I don't think it's not going to be big enough. So we're going to take a little bit of, I got some snail here. We're just going to make some loops. This one down here might be kind of big. That's all I'm doing, just winding it around. And I'm going to put a dimensional on this side. Because I want that to pop up here. And I got some snail stuff still right there that I can push down. So let's see, we'll go about right there. And this should stick it to this piece. And there. So now I got these same little adhesive backed hexagons. I got these from the Chirpy card play one fall. I did it a couple years ago. That's how old these are. So these are probably, Lord only knows what colors these are. But I won a door prize. This was my door prize. And so that is our second card. Let's see what we can put on the inside. Let's go with this guy in Shaded Spruce. I'm going to put them this way though. And we'll put one on the envelope. Let's go. Let's just go like this. Just put a couple on there like that. And then, oh, we got to glue this inside. I struggled with my glue bottle yesterday trying to get it to work when I finally got rid of my migraine and said, I got to get cracking. My glue bottle was all clogged up, and for the life of me, I could not get the whole tip came out. It was just horrible. I don't even know how long I ended up messing with that, but too long. Did I even put white in? Yes, I did. So let me, while I got it, take 2 seconds and finish this guy with a couple of these on the inside. I have a tendency to not finish my samples all the way, and then when it comes time to do something with them, I'm not ready. Like I don't have my name on the back, which I should, but I don't have it. So that is card number 2. All right. Now we're gonna whip over to card number 3, and this one won't take too long. I got most of it done. So card number 3. This will be our like avid crafter kind of card. This one I found from Tara Beth Stamps. And I used this lovely stripes embossing folder. And I was talking to my friend Debbie Green today, because in our little group chat, she and Christy were talking about using this. So let me show you where I'm going. In case you have purchased it, it's called Lovely Stripes Embossing Folder. And I don't see where it says 3D on it anywhere. But you do need, from what I can tell, my sandwich, the only one I could get to make an impression was just the gray plate like you would use for the 3D folders. but it is such a deep impression that it it just tears the paper, and it could be because I'm using vanilla. But I'm going to show you what I ended up doing. So I kept trying it. I put a piece of paper inside of it as well, and ran it through. So it was like 2 layers inside. That um, worked just fine. But I found I ran just the one piece through. And then if I go in and catch underneath where it starts, and then kind of delicately peel it, that it came out and it came off okay. I don't know if it needs to be used a few times, ran through your machine a few times, to kind of break it up. I don't think it's wearing these down at all, but maybe try running it through a couple times if you are finding that it's tearing your paper. Um, our other cardstock, I didn't ask Debbie and Christy if the cardstock, what color they were using. So if we used a thicker cardstock like our colored, if it wouldn't tear. But I'm thinking if you run the two-tone cardstock through here, it's just going to come out crumbled. I did not try that, but like I said, I was able to lift up under and slowly move it. I don't want to test it. It doesn't look like it's going to rip apart, so it could just need a few runs through to get it working right, get it oiled up, so to speak. So that's a little hint with that folder if you have it, have the folder and are having issues with it or haven't used it yet. That might help you to not have an issue. So here's the card that I found from Tara Beth Stamps, and I just loved it. I pretty much didn't. Oh, she used Berry Burst back here, I think, and I have Blackberry Bliss. But I think otherwise, and my dots are different. Hers matched the color, and I just used black because I'm finally broke into these beautiful door prize thingies. Julie, how long ago was the fall card play that I took part in? And we had that beautiful 6x6 gold foiled leafy paper. That's when I won these, so probably a couple years ago now. And I'm a hoarder. I just do not like to use up my stuff for fear I'm never going to have it, which is really bad. Bad, bad, bad. But anyway, let's get this one going. This one is 4 1/4 by 11. Score it at 5.5. Yeah, Linda, classy looking. I thought that's what it looked very, very nice like that. And I wanted, this is what I'm going to call like an avid card. Not a lot of people are going to want to putz with the embossing and the dry embossing, the heat embossing. Um, but it's easy. It's super easy. So we've got very vanilla. We folded that in half. And a lot of it now is just going to be layers. Layers do so much for a card. And it looks like I may have trimmed that a little bit wonky. All right, so we're going to flip it this way. This black is on the 8th, so we've got 5 and oh no, we've got 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So I'm going to glue that down. Laura's a hoarder too. Yeah, I gotta, that's on my list of things to do. I'm gonna dump out my embellishment drawers and just start organizing and giving some. I mean, I got one drawer full of, remember back in the day we had buttons, corduroy buttons and brads and just all that crocodile stuff, I got all that still because I just couldn't part with it. So now this piece is down on the 8th, but this one now is 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to glue that one on. And there's no reason, like really, to keep all that stuff. I just do. It's like someday I'll use it again. And then you just don't. You don't go back. You just keep moving forward with the products that come out, and I just keep buying new stuff, and I say, oh, I got all this pretty paper. Yeah, I just need to part with it and move on because I am just going to keep buying more, and I see fun stuff with it, and some, although like my Valentine's paper and stuff like that, I do reuse, but not my florals and stuff. I'm still trying to use them up. So then this piece is very vanilla that I ran through the folder, and this one is 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm just going to glue that down. You can glue down whichever side you want. If you want the dots to be sticky up or the lines to be sticky up. I've got the dots sticking up. And my lines are in. So let's I think I need some new glasses. Okay. And so just having those 2 extra layers on there really, really snazzes that up. And then I have a piece of basic black that we're going to run our powder, our anti-static powder on. And then we got this big, I guess you could call him Leafy. Might be Leafy dude. And I saw another card. I'm going to go this way because I got a good amount of powder this way. I saw where people made some cards, very, very, very simple. All right, so we got that. Then I got my white powder over here. Let's see if I can explain once I get this done. Oops. And I got some down here that I don't want. And it might be going to have to stay there. What I'm doing is scraping where I don't want, where I want to get it off, and blowing at the same time. And that goes to show why we need to make sure we get the embossing anti-static powder all over so it doesn't stick. So heat this baby up. You want to watch it melt and turn shiny. Make sure I get it all. All right. Then this guy, I just am going to cut out with just this one outer outline stamp or die. We're going to leave the black on the inside. And so it will come out like this. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. So as I started to try and explain, they took, it's just, I'm going to say a basic card front. It's solid, so it'll be like this with just one, like you got a layer on it. Maybe 2 layers. So you might have blue underneath, like Misty Moonlight underneath, and then say pecan pie on the top. And they've cut it out. They've cut a hole in it. I have to investigate a little more. I think they used this and cut a hole in the pecan piece so that all this is cut out. Then they took this and made a whole one, and then when they got it done, they laid it over the top of the hole. And either that or they cut out a hole with the X-Acto knife or something so that it was layered and stood up like this, and you could see color down underneath. It was really cool. And if I can find it again, I'll post it on in the comments on this card so you can see it. It was just another real neat look to using this, another way to use this. All right, then I have, again, that same piece. You see in the theme here, I'm using pretty much all the same stuff over and over and over, and I'm making 3 different cards. We're going to get the Versamark out again. Oh, I forgot to rub the Stickum, anti-Stickum. And then our Versamark. And we'll stamp that. Oh, looks like it went crooked. Get our white powder again. Oh. And we're going to heat it up. Let me get my tweezers. Poke it. And then I'm going to put a couple dimensionals on the back of this. Oh, this guy's almost out. Little ones. Now you could add more to it if you wanted some ribbon or something, wrap it around in there somewhere, but I didn't buff that after to get the remnants of the anti-stick powder off. And then again, I got my fun little hexagon jewels here, and we're going to glue them down around on the variety of areas here. And that's the 3rd card, you guys. I didn't do anything on the inside. You could add another layer of the vanilla or something to give some heft to the back because you got so much going on the front. You could put a layers or 2 inside there. That would be nice. And let's see. Let me bring them all back in. There's our putsy. And it's not even the putziest one. This guy might even been putzier than that one with having to do that on there. But it's kind of 3 cards, all pretty much kind of using the same few ingredients. Let's see, we got to have keyword because we got 3 cards to give away next time. So let's do friends. because it's friendly foliage. Let's do keyword is friends, and that's what we're going with for our keyword. Hold on, let me come back. Oh, I got my Barcelona sweatshirt on. This is I forgot what Reed called it. It's designed by that Gaudi that made the Sagrada Familia, and a lot of her streets there on the sidewalk. The sidewalks are all tiles that look like this. And oh, you guys, I gotta keep you here for another second because I got a fun story. Oh, I'll save it because I don't have the paper. If I forget, you guys remind me. I got a funny story to tell you. Kind of goes along with the poop log, the Tia something or another. That little log that I told you guys about at Christmas time that poops out presents. They have another guy, Castanaga, Casta something or another, and it's a little figurine that is pooping, and they hide it in their nativity scenes. So I got the little write up about it, and they have a whole store. It started out, well, here I am telling you the story. It started out with the nativity scene. It was a farmer figure of some sort, like could be a lady, could be a farmer, whatever, in traditional dress, and they're pooping, and they hide that in their nativity scene. But now they got all these stores, and they go from like this big to like this big. I even got my picture with it, so maybe I'll have to find that and post it. And it's everything now under the sun that you can think of. Disney characters, anime characters, movie people, political figures, just athletes, anybody, and they're all like pooping. And like I said, this whole store is full of it. And what these Catalonians have an affliction for pooping, I don't know. But yeah, in Christmas. So now they have two traditions in Christmas that are both really quite alarming. But yeah, I will see if I can find the picture and stuff for next time because I know you can't wait to hear all about it. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay warm. Hopefully you're not getting any more of this crap. It's going to be bitter cold here the next few days. So luckily hopefully the roads are good enough to get me to my day crop that I'm going to on Saturday. And when I get inside, I'll be roasty toasty warm with some of my gal pals. So until next week, I hope you guys have a great week. I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.